All right, that should be good.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just trim down on the.
Lord, help our audience. Let them get through from start to finish
They'll be all right.
and get some kind of enjoyment out of it. It's been a long time
They'll
coming.
be all right.
Long time coming.
All right, so the first one. Let me pull this up. All right, you ready to go?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back,
Hi.
everyone.
Good to see you.
I know it's been a
Take
while.
a seat. Stick around.
Yeah,
Be comfortable.
It's been a fat minute.
Long minute. Little longer than we anticipated. We kept putting off further and further. Not because we don't want to produce something for you guys, but you know, our lives got a little busy there, and gets busy around this time of year, and
that shit, it happens.
it was difficult to juggle, but here we are, back in front of your beautiful faces.
Back at it again with the light vans.
No, I got some green ones on today.
I got my blue on, my blue and my royal ones.
There's a little white on there.
So we're just gonna do a little, I guess, a year in review, you can say.
I don't even know if I was awake. Were you taking notes? I wasn't taking notes.
I was.
I didn't know there'd be a pop quiz at the end of this.
I mean, it's not really notes, but
Yeah.
the main. Oh, that's this year's. Hold on. So, shit. I'm trying to think of where to start with it, but yeah. I mean, where do you? Yeah. I'll let you lead it off. I mean,
thank you. Yeah, hot potato. Over to me.
So we'll do like what were the 5 best things that happened last year.
I can't count that high.
The 5 best things that happened. Then we'll do like 5 best movies, and then maybe like a couple of albums you were listening to last year.
Shit, I forgot that you told me to save some
you
movies.
Motherfucker, dude.
You know, what 5 things were so impactful? Obviously, there was a lot that went on. There's a lot of things that I'm sure some people have as a forefront on their mind, especially in today's climate with how things are moving and shaping up. And, you know, it's unfortunate, you know, I'd say just from a humanitarian perspective, just how some of us treat one another, even from an opposing opinion. But we just keep going headstrong into that world faster and faster. I would like to stay as neutral as I can be, but sometimes it gets tough, and I think we're definitely challenged as each day goes forward with our morals and our beliefs.
Sorry, I was muted. I 100% agree. Honestly.
Yeah. I'm not saying that I'd be a good person to be taking any kind of advice from. I don't think, you know, we should be where you get your news from or your opinions from, but you know, it's just conversation, open conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
I do believe in that, like, you know, treat others how you want to be treated, and, you know, treat others like your neighbor, you know, and be kind. I do also believe in maybe some energy deserves to be matched. You know what I mean? Like, just because you want to be as positive as you can to somebody else. If somebody spends some negativity your way, well, or just, you know, being nasty to you, it's hard not to go down to that level. But,
yeah.
I think I'm getting further off from the year in review with that. but shit, I don't know. I feel like it's just an ongoing feeling of we haven't yet reset since 2020, you know, and things just keep escalating. So it's hard to differentiate maybe some of from prior to present day, like prior 2019 to present day. Everything's just always changing. We got a lot of like tech booms, a lot of cultural booms. Again, both positive and negative. A lot of political division. A lot of boom in AI. I remember talking to somebody at a former job that this is back when Will Smith was eating spaghetti in a very, very rough cut.
Smith spaghetti, baby.
And I don't know, was that before or after his sit down on The View, but Either way, he was chowing down some spaghetti, and a lot of people took that as that's how AI is going to be, and oh, there's not a lot of advancement further than that. They can't get fingers right, they can't get this right, blah 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 blah. Well, I'm here to say, I was a believer since day one that AI was gonna improve drastically in a very rapid way. And you look at present day, and to be honest, I see the divide with let's say the entertainment industry, be it music or be it in movies, wanting to have the creation come from actual humans. But when I'm scrolling on Instagram, there's some AI generated videos that I can't help but be like, I'd like a full episode or a full movie of that. And so I think finding a way to allow AI to be in the most healthy way that we can, balance it into our everyday media. But it makes it also scary because you can't trust necessarily what you see anymore. Seeing is not believing. And same thing with voice. AI can take our voice. We can record my voice and Nick's voice, and for all you know, we're just typing up a whole script and spitting it out, every awkward syllable and all. But yeah,
Sorry, I'm fucking with the.
He's on a good one right now. But if you're watching the video, obviously those that are listening, we got a total different little setup that we're hanging out in. You're gonna see a lot of changes, as I'm sure and hope that you saw from episode 1, even through to whatever episode that was our last episode. Your whole rig is falling apart now. But we're fine tuning it, and that's also, I think, something that we wanted out of this entire podcast, is for there to be growth, there to be experimentation, there to be something that we learn from. That we're getting better, never worse. I'm sure Nick would agree with that, right?
I had my audio muted because I was fucking with this, and I know it probably made a bunch of sound on the audio only portion, but no, I 100% agree. Yeah, just to kind of piggyback off what Sean was talking about, I think honestly, I think what, Sean's 30 already. I'm gonna be 30.
Way to call me out.
I'm gonna be 30 in 2 weeks. Legitimately, 2 weeks, I'm gonna be 30 years old, and
wait till you're my age.
Shut the fuck up. Be quiet.
Do you hate that statement?
I do.
How many times have you heard that in your adult life after high school?
I have a lot, especially in the workplace, just because I work with older people. But I always value it when it comes from somebody who is actually a lot older than I am.
Okay, what is a lot older than you?
20 years, double my age.
Okay.
60-year-old.
So if they're 20 years or younger, you'd be like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, if they're younger than me, it's
well, I've had it multiple times with people where it'd be like, oh, wait till you're my age, and I ask them, okay, well, how old are you? We have less than a 4-year age difference.
Yeah.
And in that case, I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's exactly. Not enough of a gap.
I agree.
I would counteract your gap, not 20, maybe 10. Yeah, as a minimum. As a minimum. 10, that's 10 just my perspective on it.
You
but
learn a lot of shit in 10 years.
A
lot of experience.
But I also can't help to feel like these kids, someone's got to teach these kids.
Fuck them kids.
I feel like I've been saying that since I started clocking in somewhere, and calling a lot, oh, well, that kid, and it's like, oh, well, that dude's your age, or oh, he's year difference, is that really a kid? But now at 30, I definitely feel like I'm at that turning point that I am seeing a lot of coworkers in my world are
saying that shit.
are 24 and under, or 23 and under, and I'm like, oh, you're just a baby.
Yeah.
Wait till you're my age.
But
bitch.
I mean, it's a weird spot that we're in, because I feel like both you and I have had big dreams, and you more so have chased them than I have. But
tried my best.
But I feel like I haven't done something productive. I wouldn't say with my life, but with my creative output. So this was a driving force just starting this podcast to get into a kind of like creative zone, and put something out there that be bold, I guess, like put something out there that is of our making. I definitely didn't want to do it alone, so I'm glad I have Sean with me for that.
I'm just grateful for you to give me this opportunity to tag along for the ride. I mean,
it's a two-way thing now. I know Sean feels the same way, but we wanted to do something that was not so mundane and like doing the same thing every day is so life literally will like I didn't want my life to flash before my eyes and be like, fuck, I didn't do anything with my life, like I didn't do anything that I wanted to do on my terms.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things, like, and shit, we started the podcast and really it was like late July, early August, but we didn't launch it till like late September, around there, or something like that. But no, I'm very proud of what we've done, and hopefully this new setup that we have will be slim, trim, lean, mean, however you want to call it.
We're gonna do our damnedest.
It's gonna be a new and improved version, and I'm excited to just do it. I'm just excited to do it, put it out there, get in a routine of it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything that you're saying there. I'm just happy to try to break from that mold. Like, it's so, depending on what the ages are that are listening right now, it's so easy, and you may think that you won't fall for it or whatnot, but it's so easy to conform and fall into the trap of the 9 to 5, so to speak. And your 9 to 5 can change between whatever it is, because Nick's 9 to 5 is different from my 9 to 5. My 9 to 5 is more close to a traditional 9 to 5. His is very much not, so everybody's is different, and trying to break out of that cycle. Like, I think to myself, like, I was a lot more entrepreneurial driven and creative prior to joining the workforce back in September, I think it was 4th, 2014, like, was my first day at a what I considered a real job, a punch the clock type of job, because I had jobs prior to that, prior in high school, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't a punch the clock type job, but it was something that was generating income, but nothing that was like this. And how quickly things like sped up, and how fast time moves by. Like, it goes by so slow and so quick all at the same time, and trying to capture all the hours and all the minutes and everything that you can that are unused and use it towards something that you want to do, and not getting lost into that world of 9 to 5, and staying headstrong onto what things drive you, like you're really, like for Nick's example, you're really into film and everything, and to be staying on course with, like, some kind of script design or some kind of film take. Well, it's easy to take that time off. Like, it's so easy with anything that you do to take time off and go punch the clock, you're off the clock. Oh, hey, I just don't have the energy, I don't have the time, I don't really have the desire. But, like, finding the time, you gotta make the time. Like, you gotta carve it out yourself. It's not going to be easy. And I feel like there's so many times in my life that I can look back, and it's always easier to look back than forward, and you shouldn't always just plain look back, but easy to look back and be like, man, at that moment, at that crossroad, I chose this path when I should have gone that path,
exactly.
And oh man, when I zigged, I should have zagged. It's like, there's no better time than now, though, and if you want that change, you can't go, well, I'm 30 now and I wasted my time, and I got to go on to the next life to hope that I figure it out by then. But I think, why not now? And that doesn't mean that I have everything figured out in my world, but, like, I definitely am taking more control of that. Sometimes it feels a little more damaging at times, when it comes to, like, having those set boundaries. Like, I used to be more willing to let my employer dictate my life, as in give me the schedule that they want, or work anytime they need me, and now I'm like, you know what? No. And currently I got a reduction in my schedule. Nick and I were talking about that off camera, and as negative and challenging as that is, because that is a reduction of just income, I'm also trying to look at it like, what kind of positive can that be? Well, that can be, you know, what kind of creative things that I'm putting on hold or have had on hold since 2014. There's things that I aspired to do within 5 years past 2014 and have accomplished. And have I done any of that? No. I remember one of my first big interviews I had. It was my first big interview that I had, and the question that was asked was, where, you know, the I feel like the very much generic, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh, boss, I see myself in your seat, and I'm having your job and doing what you're. Fuck that shit. I didn't say that. I 100% did not say that. I said I will not be working here. You know, all three of those individuals interviewing me were a little taken back. I saw their eyes widen and then kind of like, whoa, wasn't expecting that as an answer. And it's like, well, because at that moment I had aspirations for the audience listening. My aspirations were to have some kind of clothing brand, skateboard brand, something that was in the world of like something that I had interest in, you know, and that was something that was big on me, or big in my world at that time. But I feel like somewhere along the way I got lost into the world of the 9 to 5, you know, and I put a lot of things on hold. And so what I really am appreciative of this now is the opportunity that, you know, Nick has thrown my way by, hey, I want to do this, and you know, want you to be a part of the journey. And I think that that's an awesome thing, you know, and again, no better time than now. And with this reduction of my hours, I want to do that with this. I want to put more energy into our podcast. I want to put more energy into anything else creative, entrepreneurial, self-development, whatever it may be, just not stagnant and staying where you are and just accepting where you are. I feel like no matter where you are in life, I get it's easy to say when I'm at wherever somebody would say that I'm at in my life when it comes to, you know, your class, your income, or your this, or that. But, you know, I feel like everybody has the same opportunity to get out of it, in the sense of like, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Yeah, you know, if you have enough drive, I think that the universe will deliver that opportunity for you. You have to have yourself open for that opportunity. I believe that there's been many opportunities in my life that, obviously, again, having said this earlier, looking back is easier than looking forward. Looking back on it, I could see, man, that thing was set up as a layup for me to do, you know, like for me to have reached whatever that pinnacle of success or what I was looking for in that moment. It was there for me, but I didn't see it right then, that chance I had, and looking back, I saw it. But you know, life's going to be like that. It's going to give you all those opportunities, but it's up to you to be open and on the same wavelength to see it. But
yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
I mean, so that's kind of like, this is the biggest factor in our year in review. I think just having the podcast and starting it and doing something that a lot of people aren't doing. I think it's definitely fueled some creative energy. But just to piggyback off that, I'm a big movie dude, and the video feed can see that I'm looking at my phone right now. I told him to get
I had a few
Letterboxd, but how?
Yeah, you're right. I didn't get Letterboxd.
Yeah, I mean, this I'm a very unorganized person. Like, I'll completely admit that, but I love Letterboxd because it's just such an easy way to organize everything and like keep it in one spot, so that I don't have to, like, oh, did I watch that movie? I don't remember that movie. I mean, it's probably not a good thing if you don't remember a movie, but how many would you estimate you watched last year? How many movies?
A lot.
A lot. I mean, movies from last year that were released last year.
That was what was difficult, was also differentiating it. So my wife and I, we piggyback off of somebody else's streaming service that may or may not be on the up and up, and so sometimes we get things that are true releases that are from that year, right to digital, you know. But or we'll see things that are not on the other streaming services because it's off for whatever agreement that they have. So, you know, back and forth. If we're talking about like ones that came out this last year, I think, again, I could be fucking wrong, but I think I have a few written down that definitely came out during that time. Different genres, and none written down in any particular order. Because that's what also gets tough, at least for me, when narrowing down some movies, is like what movie is better than another, and sometimes it's like, well, but
I don't ever take. I always take when I grade a movie or rank a movie or love a movie, and I have talked about this on one of the. It's actually not. It was a long time ago that I talked about it, but it's not long ago for the viewers or listeners because that was like 2 episodes ago or last episode that I talked about it. But like plot structure is a big thing for me. But really, it's just how does the movie like make you feel by the end of it? Like I know if I liked it and I know if I didn't like it, and I'm very generous with my ratings. I would say, but I'm just trying to figure out if I should do a top 10 or a top 5. Just list it off.
Well, if we're talking about like the way that the movies make you feel, like the one that first comes to mind is the first time seeing, is it Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
The first time seeing that was from, or at least maybe to a degree in the adult sense. I feel like that was the first time I watching a movie. I was like, I had such enjoyment in the theaters.
Yeah.
Like it was just, it made me feel like a kid again in a way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The magic of the movies is some cinema.
I mean, it felt like
to
it literally felt like you were watching a comic book.
Oh, it was.
It almost
so
felt like an action comic.
And the way that it moved along at such a decent pace, and the dialogue and all the things, like
it followed everything that a plot structure.
But it was very good.
And it felt like it was aesthetically, it looked like a comic book.
Yeah,
or a comic book. But for last year, shit, I'm just gonna do a top 10.
I have 10 written down somehow, but I don't know exactly if that's my top 10.
I mean,
I can't say that it's my top 10, but it's 10.
Like, yeah, and I mean, mine are in really no particular order either. But
also don't know, and forgive me if it wasn't part of that year. I guess
some of these were actually, I watched them this year,
right?
But because we haven't shot anything yet, I was like, I'm just gonna keep adding to the list.
I mean, it still counts. It was released in 2025. You know, so.
But my number 10, and a lot of people will shit on me for this, but I fucking love The Running Man.
I haven't seen it yet.
I absolutely fucking loved it. It's a little bit more of a satire. It's a little bit more satirical. It's got comedy in there. It's from what I've heard from people, because I've never read the Stephen King novella or story or book or whatever that it was that it's based on, but it follows the book much more closely than the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Okay.
And I do like the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's not my favorite.
It's classic.
It's one of those ones that I like from when I was a kid, but
sure.
I think this movie is everything I wanted that movie to be as an adult. Like that movie's good like for my childhood brain, but this movie was like perfect for, like, it's exactly kind of the movie I think we needed right now.
Okay.
So what's the first one on your thing?
Again, I don't have these in any order. So you said 10.
Yeah, mine are written in no particular order either.
It's, you know, I'll just throw it out there as an easy one, but I have a feeling you may or may not have seen Good Fortune. Have you seen Good Fortune?
I have not seen
Seth Rogen and Keanu Reeves, and forgive me
it's where he's the angel.
And he swaps them into the different lives, and it was one of those feel good movies that I feel like transports me back to when I was younger watching a feel good movie.
Yeah,
and you know, there's some, you know, parts of it that's like, I think overall the ending, there was a part that I just like, they kind of missed the hoop, you know. But
overall
that didn't mean that the movie was bad. I really enjoyed the whole time through. Keanu Reeves, he was funny as can be, because I think that he has pretty good comedy timing. But
he does. Like, he's so nonchalant that I think his older movies are like, bro, like, like, what is going on? But like, he's had the renaissance that's like,
he's good,
perfect.
So, but it I think it also tackled a lot of things that were relatable, you know, like the main character, even though it's technically three main characters, the main character that we're following in that film is the everyday man, and is the person that doesn't get the the big paychecks and the glamour and all this stuff, and is trying to work their way, not necessarily in a oh, they want to be a movie star way, but just successful. And I feel like, especially myself, with the employment that I have, and it's not to dog on my employment, but the employment that I have where I clock in and clock out and what I do, they made a joke towards that industry, and I was like, son of a fuck, that feels personal.
Yeah.
And then here I am, I donate fucking plasma every week, and the dude came on hard times, and then he's going and donating plasma, and then so it felt very much like, fuck, that
felt personable.
That hits
felt personal.
Very close to home.
I took that personally.
Yeah, but not in a boycott kind of way, but in just a wow, that is a relatable film, because I'm very much going through it. We're all going through it, in different ways, doing our different things. But I felt like it was a good feel good movie. There was some good comedy in there. If you're looking at how you rank it with comedy, I'm sure some people will be like, that's not that funny, but that's one of them.
My next couple, I'm going to do a 2-for-1 because they're both animated movies. But they couldn't be any more fucking different from each other, to be honest with you. Like, they are the complete opposites of each other. But one of them we saw with you, and then the other one, I think you already know what it's going to be. But Zootopia 2, I loved it. I loved it a lot. I thought it was the perfect blend of like a movie where you can take your kids to go see and watch, and your kids are going to love it, but it's got the humor in there for adults.
Yeah.
And it's got it has a lot of like movie references that just, I know for even some adults, it's going to just go straight over their head. But
when they had that one reference for The Shining.
The Shining was the best one.
That was a pretty good one.
That was the best one, dude.
Yeah. But
I was laughing, and the kid that was sitting next to me was like,
what the fuck?
Like, what are you laughing
funny
about?
on
This
screen.
Isn't funny.
Yeah. No, it goes right over their head. But I agree, and that was one on my list, so you took it off my list. So Zootopia, I'm a sucker for the first one. It's so good. I love it.
He said that's one of his favorite animated movies.
100%. All time.
I'm cool with that. But my second one is Predator, Killer of Killers. Thought it was fantastic. Something a little different. I
like that. It was unexpected.
It was unexpected.
No one really knew that it was coming out, and all of a sudden there it is.
And then it took me a while to watch it, but I watched it.
Well, it's a film that
before we saw Badlands.
It was a movie that. Are you saying you watched it in segments?
No, I watched it all at once.
But you can watch it in segments if you chose to. If you chose,
it's
just piece it out.
It's kind of like everything I've been wanting out of a Predator. Like, I've wanted a Predator movie, like Predator versus Samurai, like Predator versus Ninja. Like,
I still hope to see some of that on screen, like big screen. But I enjoyed that too. I thought it was good.
I thought it expanded the lore. It was really good, and the animation is like pretty top notch. It's not like the best animation I've ever seen, but the style is so different that it makes the movie, in that regard, very unique. And then my next two are another 2-for-1 because these are both big, heavily nominated movies at the Oscars, which, let me just tell you right now, I fucking hate the Academy Awards. They're absolute dog shit.
It's all rigged.
I don't think that Hollywood, for one, should take our fucking money and sell us a product, and then at the same time take all these movies at the end of the year and all the movies like my top 5 essentially, because these are my 6 and 7 on the list, but all the movies like my top but all the movies that are above these two movies, I think one of them got nominated, the rest of them not really. But I don't like that Hollywood takes like the best of the best, and it's very elitist. I think it's very like the Oscars. I always liked them when I was a kid because it felt like, oh, I'm getting into movies. Like, I got to watch the Oscars and find out who won all the awards. And like, as I've gotten older, it's like, I don't give a fuck about half the movies that go to the Oscars. Like, they've been more mainstream as of late, but I feel like the the Academy Awards are just a big vanity project for Hollywood, and I know I wanted to make movies, but I probably just got blacklisted for saying
I was
that.
about
But
to say, you just
you know,
hit the hand
I don't
with
give a
thieves.
fuck. That's how I feel. Like if I end up making movies, it's not going to be for some fucking stuck up snobs that are going to make a speech about how difficult life is when they're living in the fucking Hollywood Hills. You know, they have no clue what it's like to live in our shoes.
I do believe, like, in this,
And Ricky Gervais said it best at the Golden Globes, like all that whole spiel that he did. And
Yeah.
that's why he's kind of
like,
been blacklisted in
Yeah.
his own right. But
well, I feel like for those that claim that they know, I get how it is to not have, the opportunities and blah blah blah. Maybe they were at one point in that.
and I agree with that. Like, that's fine, but
as time goes on, I feel like you start to not understand.
you become desensitized to it, right? It's like, so for example, like when I'm at work, I started as an entry level employee.
Yeah.
I'm in management now.
Yep.
I have no idea what it's like to be an entry level employee because I've been a manager for longer than I was an entry level employee at this point. So I don't know what it's like to be in their shoes anymore.
Right.
So that's kind of like, and I know there's one-offs and exceptions to how I feel, but that's just generally the generic gist of it. But these two movies I thought were actually really good. I do think they're deserving of nominations and whatnot, and actually one of my top 3 is actually heavily nominated. But One Battle After Another,
haven't seen it.
I thought it was very solid. It is kind of that, like, it has that elitist vibe to it. It's definitely an Oscar bait movie, and I didn't really get into it until the last 30 minutes of the movie. But it's one of those slow burn movies where, like, I wasn't bored at all. Never checked the time, never checked anything. It's a technically very well made film, and it's very well acted. Like, it's probably gonna sweep the fucking Oscars. I wouldn't be surprised. And then the little wild card in there was fucking, what's the guy's name? Hold on, let me click on it. So I forgot his name all of a sudden. Yeah, Yorgos Lanthimos. He makes the most weird, out of pocket, like, disturbing but funny movies. But Bugonia was like the perfect balance of that.
I haven't seen that one either.
It was like the perfect balance of that. Like, it almost was like a horror movie.
Okay.
But it was like the perfect balance of, like, extremely disturbing and extremely fucking funny. Like, extremely fucking funny. Like, he balances the comedy and the dread very, very evenly across the board. But those are kind of a 2-for-1 because they're both kind of Oscar bait type movies. I liked both of them a lot. Bugonia is a lot more hard, I think, for mainstream audiences to probably watch because it's very off the wall, but timely at the same time because we have a friend who kind of reminds me of the dude in Bugonia.
Oh shit!
Or we used to have a friend.
Oh.
That kind of reminds me of that dude.
Now I need to watch even more.
But yeah, I'll just move on to my top 5. Weapons, number 5. Not as good as Barbarian. I think we talked about Weapons on one of our previous episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe our test run, one of our test runs, but not as good as Barbarian. Still a solid entry. I think it does it better than Bugonia because it's a pure horror movie or a pure thriller, but it balances the dread of the horror and the comedy aspect of the absurdity of what's happening perfectly. Also a very well acted movie. I know the lady that plays the big bad in it was nominated, so hopefully she wins, but she probably won't. But I'll let you take a couple swings at it.
Okay.
A couple swings at what you got on your list.
I will go over that list. We will do a first quick break because I got to break my seal, and I'll be back.